And now time for a very special conversation here on WION with me, Priyanka Sharma. The countdown has begun for the biggest awards night in sports, with the 2022 Laureus World Sports Awards to be held virtually for the second year running this Sunday. The Laureus Academy member and athletics great Daley Thompson now joins us live from London. Daley, welcome to WION World is One. My first question for you, are you confident about what's to come ahead?
Listen, I hope we do, because as much fun as it is to do it online and get it around the world like that, I think that meeting people and renewing old acquaintances is actually the thing that I enjoy most when they have the awards.
Right, but daily sports persons are rarely confined indoors. So how have you managed to keep yourself busy through the various lockdowns that we have seen over the last 2 years?
Do you know, I've got 5 kids, and they need a lot of running around, and they've done a lot of homeschooling for the younger ones, and also I run a gym, and so I've been, trying to keep that afloat, as it were. So it's been quite a busy time.
Right. Now, I think the credit has not in fact been given enough to the Japanese government for pulling off the Olympics at the time that they did this time last year. What's your take on the same?
Do you know what? You're right. It was a job seriously well done. I think that nobody's had to do it under quite those circumstances. So I think that, getting the games on, and to be honest, the most important thing was the world needed some sort of respite and a bit of fun and joy, and I think the Olympics brought that.
Now, I, of course, mentioned the Olympics with a bit of a bias. On the occasions that we have spoken to you in the past, you have mentioned unlocking the potential that India has in athletics in particular. Well, at Tokyo, we did win our very first athletics medal, and that too a gold. And that has seen Neeraj Chopra nominated for a breakthrough performance of the year. Tell us more about that.
And to be honest, I don't think I'll be breaking any confidences. Chopra was who I voted for the breakthrough of the year, because I think that India has so much untapped potential in sport in general, and I think that hopefully that will galvanize a lot more people to get into the sport and into any kind of sport, and to really give it a go, because I think that once people see that it's possible that got people in India can win things, I think that encourages other people to take it up.
Right. Now, we recently spoke to your fellow Academy member and friend, Lord Sebastian Coe, a few months back, and he was thrilled with Neeraj's achievement and believed that it would give confidence to other young Indian athletes as well. Having seen sport at the highest level, how does the Indian sport build on this? What's your opinion?
I think India is just got so much untapped potential. You have so many people that, that there are bound to be, in all sports, lots and lots of great players out there. The question is, do you have the infrastructure to be able to go out there and find them, and then get them trained, and then have them appear at the big events? That's always going to be a problem, because, at the moment, I'm not sure that you've got enough infrastructure to get all the great people that you've got there out into the world.
Daley, as a member of the voting panel, what do you look at when casting your votes? It was the Olympic year, so do Olympic performances take precedence at this point? Take Neeraj, for example. His breakthrough is not just for Indian athletics, but for Indian sport, which doesn't win too many gold medals at the Olympics. Tell us more.
For the fellow members, I can't speak, but personally, obviously, being an athlete and being an Olympian, to my mind, that's the greatest sports are all represented there. And so I think it just depends on A, the sport you come from, and B, the sports that you're interested in. And we have such a good mix of sporting champions within Laureus that anybody could actually win any of the categories. So I think that my particular choices, obviously, I think that the Olympics is as high as you can go. So I tend to favour people in those sports.
Right, absolutely. Now, for the longest time, athletics has been wondering how to cope with Bolt and Farah retiring. It was a very thrilling athletics competition. Mondo, Warholm, Elaine Thompson, Rojas and many more, plus a joint gold in men's high jump. Enjoyed it?
The high jump. Do you know, again, I really thought that Tokyo, particularly in the athletics, had some marvellous performances. And the funny thing is that no matter what's going on, the athletes always, in all the sports, they always rise to the occasion. And the Olympics is the big occasion every 4 years. And they didn't let us down this time.
Now, Daley, I need to ask you this, and do excuse me if you think I'm a bit out of line here. You competed and won the gold at the Moscow Olympics, where there was a Western boycott. Should sports pay the price for the actions of an authoritarian regime? What's your take?
Ooh, good one. Personally, I think that sport is better off without political interference, but sometimes some things are inevitable and there's nothing you can do about it. But obviously, I would prefer it if sport was left alone and sports people could get on with their day job.
Many sporting legends, including yours, have stopped Russian and Belarusian athletes from competing. Is that fair? Nelson Mandela famously told Laureus that a sport had the power to heal the world. But the way we look at it, it's now getting more and more divided. What do you think?
Well, I think that the sport does have the power to heal and bring people together. But, you know, sometimes life gets in the way. And there are certain occurrences that happen that, you know, there's nothing you can do about it, and it leads to this inevitable breakup of whatever peace that there was going on down there in the Ukraine and Russia. And listen, I honestly think that it is above my pay grade and knowledge, but like most people in the world, you know, I wish it wasn't going on.
WION World is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news updates on the move.